Previously on Building Realm of Rights. It keeps blowing my mind how much time this actually saves. Some rocks on the side here to cover it up. Something like this, I'm guessing, and then you're gonna have to excuse my my skills because it's been a while. I have finished my layout. I haven't tried the final version yet, so let's go ahead and sit inside. I think this might just be it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Building Realm of Rights. Today we are going to work on the steampunk area. That is right, you guys helped me choose a theme, and steampunk is something I would love to try. It is of course very ambitious, it's going to be insanely detailed, even though I said I wouldn't. But yes, important to note, this isn't going to be the typical magical steampunk, it's going to be a rather more realistic kind of steampunk, if that makes sense. And it will be heavily inspired by Rockburg in Germany. Just so you know, this isn't going to be completely original. Now let's get straight into it. The logical step is beginning with a station for this coaster. We kind of need to know how much space this is going to take, so let's begin with something like this on both sides. And I don't really know where the entrance is going to be, but I do know where the exit is going to be, right here. We'll just make a ramp that goes over here, and then eventually it kind of goes up like this. That is the exit, now the entrance. Let me just try and align this part of the roller coaster, and then maybe we can build some kind of building that attaches to the station, inside of which is the queue. And then on top of that building can be some supports to hold up this part of the track. I don't know, something like that. Maybe like a giant factory of some kind. I think it'd be nice if we kind of pick a color, like a base color for all of these walls. So at least for now, it already looks a bit nicer. Okay, so since this is going to be the queue, let's put a floor in here, because I think it's important to first determine the shape of the queue before making the building look nice. And then by adding this wall in between, I'm gonna make sure you have to go left at the entrance here. We definitely want to split this up into two different rooms, as well as two different levels. Once again, the same thing applies here. I don't want to go too detailed, but I do want the layout to be nice. Let me just kind of show what my idea is here. So basically, this is gonna be the entrance. You go in, you go all the way here, then up, then back into the first room, then down, and then here into the station. Perfect. Also, we might want to change the coaster's colors. I don't want to rip off Rockburg too much, but let's be real, that dark red color for that coaster is just beautiful. Let's see what happens if we make our coaster that same color as well. Here you go, kind of like this. See, is this not majestic looking? Then let's have a look at the trains. To be fair, let's go for something very similar right now, and later we'll change it into whatever it actually needs to be. That, I think, looks pretty sweet. Then now let's get to work on these buildings for a little bit. First, let's determine the walking path, and I'm going to do that using these very basic poles, as you probably expected. Basically, I'm just gonna make a square of poles like so, and using that, I'm gonna make the queue path. I just have to close up all of these edges like so, and eventually we'll have a nice zigzag, because what is a theme park without kettle pens? And then we simply do boopity boppity, and done. Perfect. So now you go to that entrance, and then a very similar thing right here, of course. Over here we need stairs. Let's actually make those first, which is very satisfying once again. Oh, I bet the guests are gonna love this queue. We also need one of those staircases on the end here, not quite as high though, and then now you can also get to the station. Now that is the base interior. We're gonna spice that up in future episodes. For today, let's focus on the exterior, and I found out this is divided by pieces of 1.5 of these blocks, and the plan here is to create these kind of cross supports type things, which I have found is often a thing in these types of buildings. We add some simple detailing on it, like these bolts, and then we have a pretty cool looking section. And now, if my calculations are correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My calculations were not correct. Oh, that is so messed up. I planned on that whole thing. No worries, I've got the perfect solution right here. There you go. Now it does fit. No worries. It does look pretty fire though, I'm not gonna lie. And actually, what if we make this half of the building outdoors. So you can actually see the outside from here. That would be nice. We just fill up the entire side of the building with these bad boys. And of course, we have some space left here. That is just fantastic. Right now, it's really just me using these kind of building blocks I made to make a nice shaped building. And once I have that, I can start adding some other decoration type stuff to it. Also adding a concrete edge like this, basically around the whole thing to kind of indicate that there are different levels inside the building from the outside. My job is to now do a similar thing to this, except it's not going to be as tall, I'm guessing. Pretty much just this, I think. However, I am already going to reserve some space for giant windows because I want to make those really old, tall, kind of dirty windows. Dude, why do I feel like this is going to be absolute fire in the end? And ladies and gentlemen, look who's decided to join us today. It's a little stinky man. It's Josh. Josh is a very good friend of mine and I shouldn't make fun of him, is what I would say if they... Well, let me just make one of these windows, actually. To be fair, this should be the most basic thing ever. And then in there, we put a glass panel with very low transparency, so it looks a little bit dirty, kind of like this. And then once again, copy and pasting that to the other window holes. That looks really nice. I'll put these in here as well to finish that off. And then basically we need the same thing for inside of these. So I will make short work of that. Here you go. Already done. Quicker than you could blink. Now, at the entrance here, I'm gonna add an arch like so, because somehow we're gonna have to make this look interesting. And to be fair, it's already getting some shape, isn't it? I'm really just gonna put some more windows in here, just everywhere, because that spices it up so much. By the way, did you know that if you are a member of this channel, you get early access to these videos? Sometimes weeks in advance, just saying. Over here, let's say there's gonna be some kind of tower, a little bit higher even, like that. We'll see later on. And then on here, we're gonna have to make some sort of roof. I suggest maybe something circular, like so. We'll begin with an arch, because we keep making arches. Well, it's not my fault they look so incredible. I just had a great idea. What if we add glass to this roof? And we do just a full arch structure like this? Dude. The amount of badassery that's about to be on your screen is impeccable. And then now the trick is to just make sure there's as much detail as possible in here. Adding a bunch of these poles. And some of these golden accents goes very hard as well. Guys, this is going to be incredible. I really just can't help myself. I am again doing weird details. When I said I should... Oh, this is gonna be incredible. Look at that. I'm not crying, you're crying. And I'm just gonna make sure the front over here is also looking a bit nicer. And now the bottom doesn't really look to match the top. So to fix that, we're gonna add some metal frames around it, just like those. One over here and one over there. And to add just slightly more dimension to this building, let me just add some bricks down here. There you go. That looks really nice, doesn't it? Yes, I like that. And all that needs is some color variation. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Now, since you can kind of see through this, I'm gonna add some pipes and stuff inside of this, as if this is some sort of ginormous engine room or something. I don't know, something like that. And this isn't gonna be detailed at all, it's just for the ideas. Let me just add some random thickness, and of course all of those have to be metal. Maybe also some golden pipes could be cool. There, like that, so you can kind of see there's something going on inside of it. Then over here I'm gonna make something I cannot possibly explain. I'll just build it so you can see exactly what I mean. I'll begin by making one of these black truss kind of designs. Pretty sure I've made 1,000 of these by now. And then I will grab that and put it about here. It's Teach Me! Oh, he's gone. Second one over here. And then what? We just add some more like that. And now we just have a little something going on the roof there. Then a little something else. As you can see, here we have the bump, and that needs to be supported even though there's a building right underneath. So in fact, let me just try something here. And this once again is going to include some support type elements, because look, if I put one of these right here, it kind of slides nicely across this building, which is exactly what I hoped for. What we could even do, which is a little bit more exciting, is attaching it to this as well. And you already know it, this is going to need even more detail, of course. Here you go. Honestly, what's wrong with me? That looks badass though. Yes. Or hear me out. We do it like that. You can really tell I'm just winging it at this point because none of this is planned. I have no idea what I'm doing. But now it does align nicely with the coaster track. I love that. And now that I'm busy here anyway, I might as well fix this weird part here by, guess what? Adding an arch. Yep. Since the whole thing is basically like a factory, we should definitely add some giant chimneys. I'm gonna try doing this using some of these cones to get that nice shape in there. I'm not sure this is gonna work though. See, that's what I thought. Nope. No. We're gonna have to be a little bit more creative with it this time around. I guess let's do a bunch of this stuff first and then we can kind of spice it up as we go up. There's so many different ways you could do this, honestly. Let me just try something funky over here by adding kind of like a bent piece in it, which in turn allows for even more crazy stuff. Here you go. I just don't really know what color we should do, but I'm guessing we can try concrete and some metal in there perhaps. And clearly we're gonna need a second one right next to it. That has a pretty cool look to it. Yeah. I'm not sure it's quite finished though. We could try and connect them like this. Maybe that helps. What am I doing, bro? This has to stop. I am literally adding pipes around this building for no reason at all. And I can't stop. Every time I think, okay, now it's done, I keep going. It's like a disease. I don't know what to do. Oh my god. To be fair, I'm still having fun, so it's fine. Actually, though, it is nice because I can just copy this over a few times to add even more detail. I'm sorry that I'm so all over the place today, but let me just quickly do something about this building because it looks shit. And this time, let's go for a different style. Maybe something like this could be fun. I'm thinking wood for this. Honestly, I don't even know. Let's just try it. And let's literally top that off with a roof. Here you go. A nice curvy one. And finally, some random planks inside is always a banger. Here you go. That looks, yeah, that looks alright. It's nice to have something different than just stone and metal. And if you've got some space left, you can always put some random tank-looking items. Like, what's inside this thing? I have no idea. Does it matter? Here, we can even put some letters on it, because why not? And crates, of course. Loads and loads of random crates. Then finally for today, I've got one last idea, and I think you'll instantly know what that is once I do this. Let's build one of those giant wheels for no apparent reason. Simply because they look dope. And this one will in fact be golden because I feel like that's a nice color pop we desperately need. The wheel of course does have to be attached to the roof, so let's make one of these. Maybe concrete. That is pretty nice. I really want this to have nice curves like that, and I am pretty sure this is it. Hell yes! However, it's a bit too obvious that it's not going into anything, so let's create a bit of a hole to hopefully at least give the indication that it goes inside of the building. Tiny little edge around it even. I mean, guys, come on, look at that. This whole thing is starting to look really nice. However, this has taken an entire afternoon, so I have to stop right about now. I hope this gives you kind of an idea of what I want to do with this area. It has to be a little bit more steampunk-ish, a little bit more fun details in there, but for now, this is it. If you have any suggestions, you know what to do, let me know down below in the comments. And then I guess that's it. If you liked this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. Then I hope I'll see you in the very next episode of Building Realm of Rides.